I am reading this new book called Mastery, and I love how he talks about that our life task is to express our uniqueness through our work. But unfortunately, something happened between the time we were born and we were given this gift to being the adult that we are now. And that is what he called social conformism. Like, what is, oh, pressure, social pressures to conform. Sorry. He calls it social pressures to conform because we all want to belong. We all want to be a part of a group. We all want people to love and appreciate us. And some of the time, the only way we receive that love is if we conformed to whatever everybody else wanted us to be like. And some people, they learned it from their parents. Some people got it from church. Some people got it from school. We get the accolades and we're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Instead of like actually really digging deep and hearing that inner voice and going with the inclination, that force that's within us, telling us what we're supposed to be doing. So I like that he says a lot of us think that our differences are shameful, embarrassing, and painful. And so you don't want to express your uniqueness because you're so afraid of what can happen, the self-criticism, the failure, and people telling you that's not what you're supposed to be doing. So I like that he says, you have to choose to model your desires for yourself, not choose to model the desires on what somebody else is telling you you're supposed to be. So for example, when I was going to college, my sisters all told me I should have been a teacher. You need to be a teacher. I mean, I obviously was a rebel, so I didn't conform to their ideology of like being a teacher, even though I am kind of sort of teaching. I just thought of that. But I did not want to conform. But then again, I did conform into like, well, let's just do something to get this degree because everybody else is getting a degree. And that's the only way I'm going to make money. A lot of us do that throughout life. We give up our dream, we give up our gifts, we give up everything that we desire simply to conform and to say, okay, I'll just take the easy route, the comfortable route. And we forget that we actually need to embrace our uniqueness, live the story of our dreams, not anyone else's, and be the author of our own life. I hope that makes sense. And I love that he says, in order to figure out what it is that your gift is, what your destiny is, what that force is, start to look into your past because there's always been this like inner voice, this inner force that's shown you flashes of what you were destined to do, of things that you loved doing as a kid until somebody told you you shouldn't do that anymore. And maybe, or you're not going to be good enough for that, or that's not what our family does. Like, you always had that inclination, that force of what you loved to do, whether it was art, whether it was music, whether it was singing. We all have that creative nature in us.